from a tender young age, Countess Vaughn has been a fixture on countless TV favorites such as 227 and Moesha. The latter launched the successful spin-off The Parkers, making Countess one of the first African-American females to land her very own sitcom. But the beauty and the dream would soon begin to unravel.
It's crazy how one day everything's fine and the next thing, the simplest things can mess up your life. Working in the industry for so long, I've always had different looks, so I'm used to wearing wigs. In about 2004, my hairstylist introduced me to front lace wigs and I fell in love with them immediately. You have a full hairline. I was wearing it 24/7. 5 years later, the drama came in. The red flag was the oozing from my ears, from my forehead, the whole nape around my head. The pus. It had a horrible smell. It was painful. I let this go by for 6 months. What I didn't realize was I had a bad reaction to the glue that I used to apply the wig. So my hair started falling out. I didn't want to make the connection with that. I mean, I was just like, come on, a wig can make you sick? No, no way. I went to a dermatologist, but he didn't let me know long term there would be any problems. Now I have discoloration. People assume, do you have vitiligo? Anywhere where you would apply the wig and put tape on, I'm lighter in those areas. And I use makeup to cover it up. The skin under my eyes peeled because of the glue. The skin came off my ears. With the eyeliner, I'm literally drawing in my hairline. Because of the hair situation, I was embarrassed. It was just, you have to be at home and be bald. I had to go through this in order to teach my little one that you gotta love yourself before anybody else will. I had a moment there. I just wanted to look natural.
Please welcome actress Countess Vaughn to the show.
Thanks for sharing your story, because I think as women, we all share this hair thing. They try to tell us we're not our hair, but, we are our hair.
Oh, yes.
It makes a big difference what style you wear. And so pretty much with the lace front wigs, you're applying the glue around...
Around the edges, around the nape, glue or tape. And what we don't realize is when we're doing this, when you're lifting it up, you're taking off a layer of skin each time.
So,
and that's what happened.
When you say you had to take it up to keep reapplying, like?
Yeah, or I mean, if you sweat or, it's time.
Yeah. To redo it.
To redo it.
Right.
It's gonna lift.
People in general ever say, I've never obviously had a wig. I may need one though. I may need one. But do you ever say, like, is this healthy or is this right? Or are you so excited because it's something?
So excited. That's what you go on, especially being an actress. I didn't think about the health risks.
And I don't think that most of us do think about the health risks when it comes to trying to look our best.
Exactly. It was cute now.
Well, and it's
matter.
important because you, by coming on this show bravely, Countess, you really are sending this message out to so many people. We're joined by hair restoration specialist, Dr. Amir Yazdan. And first off, how does this happen? Obviously, there's the glue affecting the pores and then over time creating this huge infection.
Well, yeah, it's the repeated trauma to the scalp. Like how she mentioned, every time you're putting the wig on and taking the wig off, you're putting traction, you're putting pulling tension onto the scalp, onto the hair follicles. And it gets to a point where you start damaging the scalp so much, you damage the hair follicles so much that the follicles start to fibrose. They just start to die out, and they're...
Fibrose meaning scarred.
Scarring, right. And they just kind of die out, and they slowly stop growing. And, I had a chance to examine Countess, and that's exactly what I've seen. I've seen the thinning, I've seen the receding of the hairline, and those are classic signs.
This is, a lot of African-American women have wigs or extension or weaves or whatever, braids particularly. One famous woman, I don't mention her name, I think she has traction alopecia because the braids have been so tight for so long that it's actually taken her hairline back.
And you know what? Even non-African American women, we were talking before the show. I used extensions with those tapes,
fusion,
and doctor, the
all
same
of that.
thing. Traction alopecia. I lost a ton of hair. You have to be careful.
So be careful is obviously the message, but for someone like Countess who has already undergone this quote-unquote trauma, where does she go from here?
Unfortunately, there's not a lot of good treatments for the discoloration, but we can do a hair restoration surgery where we take hair from the back of the head and we regraft it to the front. And as a bonus, when that hair grows out, it will actually cover up the discolored areas and give her a very natural looking hairline.
I would love to do that.
So I'd just like to say that, you know, it's amazing you've been sharing your story. This is something that it's really good for people to know about because it is something I see commonly. And with that being said, I'd like to offer for you a hair restoration surgery to help you get your hairline back and kind of get things back in place.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thanks, Countess. Dr. Yazdan, thank you as well.